What's going on, everybody? Welcome to the Iccy Showw. 583 interviews I've done. Give these two special guests a second to get on here from Brockton, Massachusetts. A second, and we will start this Iccy Showw. If you want to be a guest, I'm booking until the end of September, beginning of October. I have 2 more September dates. Otherwise, it's going into October. So stay tuned on those. If you're interested, my interviews are $50. Online, in person, I have a special now until October. 65, then it goes up to 100. So give these two special guests a second to get on here. I sent it to you again. If it's your birthday, happy birthday. If it's your anniversary, happy anniversary. My condolences to anyone that has lost anyone. Shout out to Boston. Today's carnival. Salute to everybody that's
What's up, girl?
Hey, welcome to the Iccy Showw, Mark. How you
doing? How you doing, man? I'm blessed. You know, I'm blessed, breathing, able, and willing. I'm. Before you go, hold on. I'm in the Sound Lab studio, right? I want to show you where I was at before we get to the interview. This is a big studio in Brockton, Massachusetts. You know what I'm saying? And it has photography, entrepreneurship, business, music, studios. Each room over here is a studio. My guy's room studio. I had them niggas get up on you with no mask on. I chased that money through the blizzard links when we link up. The roads go for the times we ain't had none. I had them niggas get up on you with no mask on. And they got another one. Then there's the other studios right here.
I like the ceiling. I like the ceiling.
Right. How they did the effects. We got the clients in there, so I ain't gonna go in that one. And then there's a showroom right here. We're gonna do the Rant live right here, mental health awareness, and have some guests come by, drink some damn wine, and talk about mental health and life. You know what I'm saying?
So
but they got a good business going on in here.
Right?
Huh?
That's your studio, right?
Shane's.
Oh, okay.
It's my producer's nice bathrooms. My producer's cousin's studio. It's called the Sound Lab Studio.
Okay. I see you.
But it's hot than a motherfucker in there, so I'm going outside.
I feel you. Are we gonna have your brother attend this interview?
Yeah, I'm waiting for him to pull up with his 19 kids.
Salute to the children, all the children of the future. Definitely.
Big Shane, they're the owner right there. Oh, I'm live doing an interview with So Iccy Showw. That's Shane, the owner of the Sound Lab, where everybody get busy in Brockton. I just gave a walk through live, baby.
Okay, so now I like that. I like how you all.
You know I'm raw.
I like the different rooms set up. So we got something like that in Manchester. We got like 7 rooms with all different effects. So I see you. I like that. You give a different style to the artists when they come to perform. They can do a photo shoot, and you know, mental health is awareness, and it's more than.
Good. You there?
You're breaking up. Peace, everybody. Peace on this Saturday. There we go. Stop right there. Yeah, I got you right there. Perfect. Right. Then we're talking about a little fact right here. We're waiting for his brother to pull up any minute. But we'll start this interview while we're waiting for him, if you don't mind.
Yeah.
All right. Cool. So it's been a year since you were on the Iccy Showw. This is your 3rd year in a row coming on the Iccy Showw. I see the Rant has grown dramatically. I'm proud of you and your brother doing it. Salute to you guys. And mental health is more necessary than anything right now. I lost a couple people to suicide, so it's a touchy subject when it comes to that for me. And I think we need more programs. On one of my shows that I do it, I try to bring it up, but you know, a lot of people are still stuck that they don't think it's really a necessary topic. How do you feel about that, being one of the hosts of that topic?
It's dear to me.
because I think that inside of music that I've been making for 20 something years, I think that was my cry. Because, you know, making songs about pain and life, like the Tupac, the Nipsey type, you know what I'm saying? So when you're already speaking that vibe, to be able to just turn it into conversation and realize that I have the issue that I'm talking about, you know what I'm saying? Then it's easy for me and my brother to disseminate it upon everybody else because we look like you. You know what I'm saying? We do what you do. I got jewelry. We live in life. You know what I'm saying? We blessed. We moving. We got children. I got a job. You know what I'm saying? Entrepreneur, all that. But I still have mental health issues. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of it is passed down trauma from generation to generation. And us not having conversations about it is the reason why, well, part of the reason why anxiety is the number one killer to mental health. So for me, I just think it's communication. The more communication we have, and it's not about my life's worse than yours, it's about maybe if I listen to you, I might save you from, you know what I'm saying? You just needed to open up to somebody. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
That's what we can add from.
That's awesome. Definitely. I got PTSD. I'm diagnosed with that and everything. And it kicks in more when I have a loss, of course. But
Right.
I like yesterday I was planning. I got my 1 year anniversary of my brother that passed, and it's sad.
Mm.
It's like I'm the one in charge of the party. Thank you, I appreciate that. And it's like, it's so fucking hard to plan something like when it's so close to your
Yep.
heart. And
Yep. Yep.
it's like yesterday I was broken, like for real. Like yesterday, if your interview was yesterday, you would have got it canceled. I'm sorry, I was a hot mess. No bullshit, no disrespect to anyone, but mental health was hard on me yesterday
Right.
because
Right.
reality just kicked in, knowing it's a 1 year coming up, and I'm like, damn, yo, it took me 6 months not to shed a tear,
Mm-hmm.
and then here we are now, like, all right, 1 year's coming, and it's like, all right, now I gotta plan this, and now I gotta do it for all the homies, I gotta do it for the family, I gotta do it for this, my nieces, my nephews, and it's
Uh-huh.
like all of them are crying to me, and it's like, all right, when I shed a tear, then like I break down, like, because I'm all balled up from everybody else, and
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
so how do you get affected by it? Being a host on it, does some stories stick to you that really like mess your day up? That because you
Yeah.
wish that you could have done more, or wish that we could have more mentors out there to make it awareness, like your
Definitely.
show.
Definitely. And a perfect example is my guy, rest in peace, Passport Pudge. He was a prominent artist in the local area, Brockton, New Bedford, Taunton. Passport, everybody, he was the big teddy bear with the crazy bars, you know what I'm saying? And around the first month of the show, he came on. And he started talking about his history, and everybody knows his history, and his baby mother passed away, and he's speaking on it, and I said, bro, we live, brother, you know what I'm saying? And he was crying, and he was like, nah, bro, I wanted the people to see the way we talk behind closed doors, you know what I'm saying? And he continued to cry a little bit, and then he kept going, you know what I'm saying? And then after the show, he was like, yo, I feel a lot better, bro, because I gave it to you, who I know cares, and whoever was listening, somebody else cares. You know what I'm saying? And from there, me and Mike was like, yo, this shit is real. Because he respect me to be able to give that to the people, because that's not my situation, that was his situation. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? But he also confide in me for saying, bro, you give up your life on this social media, and people, you tell your problems, your pain. He was like, so I felt compelled to do the same. And ever since
Right.
that show, Mike incorporated the sports report because he was like, it's it's to mental health. You know what I'm saying? And we want people to pay attention, but at the same time, let's get out of the mental health for a minute, bring the sports in. We could talk about the mental health evolved around sports. You know what I'm saying? Add the sports, entertainment, and the hip hop, and then we can compare the two. So that way, when I'm beating you in the head with these situations of life and these deep stories, you're not just stuck in that, because that pain, like you said, some people don't want to face it. So if someone's talking about something that relates, it's like I don't want to deal with it. I'd rather listen to an artist that says it, and then I can listen to it as music, opposed to someone saying my life and I feel like I'm being corrected. You know what I'm saying? So
Wow. You know, it's crazy too. A lot of people, I don't know if you can add this to one of your shows. I've been wanting to mention this to you. About gambling.
Uh
Gambling is
huh.
up so crazy, but I feel like our generation, like I'm 45.
Uh
I'm not too sure your age, but you don't need to.
42. 42 as of August 1st.
Okay, I know you recently had a birthday. Happy belated birthday, but age is just a number. But I feel like honestly, I can really say this deep in my heart. I feel like mental health is really strong right now from the ages 35 to about 45. And the reason why I
Right.
say that is because everyone that, comes to me that, like they consider me like a big sister or whatever the case may be,
Right.
telling me problems and that's the age group that it's happening to, but also it's like, damn, we need more podcasts that talk about mental health because
Mm.
I feel like we went through the most trauma back when we were growing up because molestation, people didn't know about it, like they thought it was okay to get molested,
Right.
and it's not okay. But back then, a lot of people thought, because they didn't know right from wrong. We were our learners and our teachers at our generation. If you're in the 40s, you're your learner and your teacher because we didn't have that person, the role model to say, no, don't do that. But we got to pass it to our children and everyone else's children so they don't go through the trauma how we went through the trauma. Do you agree?
100%. No, I agree, and you're totally right. And here's the answer. The answer is because, like you said, it's the answer in the question. It's we didn't have those to speak on it because you were supposed to be hard. Where we came up at, you know what I'm saying? It's like, I don't do the race card too much, but even for my white counterparts, if you was white in the project with us, there was no color there. You was just with us. Like, how the fuck are you here? You're here? Oh shit, you're with us. You know what I'm saying? So that
That was
pain,
me.
can't,
That's me.
I
Not
could
with you,
tell, I
but
could tell, I could tell. And I know your history, so that pain passed down to us as people. We grew up in that shit together. Boston, Mass, New York is a melting pot of cultures. So you can't do that divide shit. So when that mental health kicks in, every individual culture has their own issue. And they're not
yeah,
speaking about it, let alone in their own household. So when
right.
someone comes out that a former, I can say this because I don't do it no more, crack dealer, you know what I'm saying? We was getting to the bag, okay? But as an ex-crack dealer, somebody that just walked the fuck away from the shit, you know what I'm saying? No, I had a case or two, you know what I'm saying? Some bullshit, did a little bit of bullshit time, nothing serious. But I just decided I got the fuck out of here. You know what I'm saying? Okay, I'm out.
Yep,
I figured,
yep.
you know what I'm saying? I'm jumping into this financial literacy, this generational wealth to soothe my mental health because I didn't have the people to speak to me. You know what I'm saying? I'm an original crack baby. I'm from the 80s. We the first babies that was out there left in the streets in the project. So it's like
Right.
that pain turned into conversation. And then I looked at people like, well, who did I follow that was doing what I was doing that changed? So I follow Styles P and his wife. They talking about wealth and health. You know what I'm saying? And the right juices and the right things to keep yourself living and following Dr. Sebi's footsteps. Okay, cool, that's one. You know what I'm saying? Who else we got out here? You know what I'm saying? Wall Street Trapper. He talking about stocks and keeping on the fundamentals of stocks in life. Okay, cool. I'm with Wall Street Trap. Earn your leisure, Market Monday. Okay, so now I'm funneling my energy to these things that in the streets I couldn't pay attention to,
Yep.
even though I was getting the monies.
Yes.
So
True.
it's like a reverse psychology on your brain. But until you find a mission of healing for yourself, till you go on that mission of healing for yourself, you're not gonna find it. You know what I'm saying? And that's what I had to do.
And that's major. That's really major that you say that because when I was growing up, they were trying to make me go to psychiatrist. I was always like
Right.
flipping at the psychiatrist, and it's like, you know what? I feel like I don't judge nobody that goes to a psychiatrist. If you need a psychiatrist, get one that you really confront, can, feel comfortable. I could
Mm-hmm.
never find one. I went through over 10 of them through my lifetime. And I just felt like I was just getting questioned every time. And it's like there's a difference of one that you can find that you can have freely talk to, or one that's
Uh-huh.
gonna question you like a cop and run down you every single
Uh-huh.
time that you go to see
Uh-huh.
him or her. And it's like, listen, I'm supposed to come to you to talk to you about my feelings and tell you how I'm feeling, not getting questioned a third degree. Like, And that's the difference. Like if you're a psychiatrist, I don't tell you how to do your job. But for me, what I've dealt with over 10, I can say easy over 10 different ones all through Massachusetts. And they just question me. And there's a way of talking to kids and a way of, helping them, or an adult, the same situation, because I was an adult too, and I still went to one. And I always only go to the first the first consult, and then I end up walking out because they don't want to listen how you really want them to listen. Like you can confront, like how you've been through trauma. I've been through trauma. You see, we're talking about this. If I went to them, they'll be like, okay, so rewind again. What happened? It's like, no,
Right,
how am I
right,
going to
right.
have
And
you ever
you're right. What'd you say?
have you ever been to a psychiatrist or
Me and
that,
my brother, me and my brother, we was displaced children from our parents because of the crack epidemic, just like 90% of the black community. And we did. My aunt took me and my brother to some psychiatrists to try to heal us because we was detached from our parents and we was going to be growing up with our aunt, family members. So we tried it, but it wasn't like, it didn't work for us because we didn't believe it. You know what I'm saying? It's like, I can't talk to you right now. We confide in each other. You know what I'm saying? So at that time, as young men, we was about 11 and 9 or something like that. Maybe even younger than that. But I think it was too early. But all praise to my aunt, rest in peace, who I call my mama. She was just trying to figure out how to way to raise 2 kids that wasn't hers. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, we tried it, but we started acting out a little bit more over it. You know what I'm saying? To be honest, a good for me was moving down south. When I moved down south in South Carolina, North Carolina, it changed the way I was thinking and the way I was living. It didn't affect my brother. It affected him different. Everything, you know what I'm saying? He ended up going to prison. So, you know what I'm saying? But at the same time, I think the movement, because we're so used to seeing one corner, we don't see nothing. So if we on one corner, everybody hustling, running around, grinding, East Coast run, hustle and bustle, no one got time to tell you, you know what I'm saying, your mental health, man. Somebody just got shot last week, your friend, you need to sit down and have a conversation.
right?
You know what I'm saying? Or your grandmother passed away last week, you need to sit down and have a conversation. Nope, we got to go to work, whoop-de-whoop, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, just not to be personal, I was just dealing with my father's situation, and I go to my boss and like, yo, I'm gonna need a couple of days off randomly, but I'll let you know. He's like, well, it's gonna have to be a death or, you know what I'm saying? And I'm like, bro, like I'm an employee, bro. That's it. Okay. I need I've been working here for fucking centuries. All right. I'm just asking you randomly. I'm gonna need a day off. I can't explain to you what's going on. You know what I'm saying? It's not your business. But for that moment, I always take moments. Some people go left field. Like, bro, you don't ask personal questions like that. And I'm not even here to judge you, even though you're the boss. But damn all that, we're human beings. And this is where people's mental health kick in. Like, bro, you don't question me. You know what I'm saying? I come here, bust ass, do what I do. That's it. You know what I'm saying? And after the conversation, I end up breaking down and telling him what was going on. He's like, I'm sorry. I don't need an apology, brother. You know what I'm saying? Do I got PTO? Do I work for my PTO? What are we talking about? All right, have a nice day. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't. People try to be concerned too much, and they're belittling the situation. They don't even know it. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, so true, so true. Especially, that's what another thing is too. I used to be a manager at a couple locations, um, at businesses. And I used to be the one that if you call out sick, I understand. I'm not gonna ask you for a doctor's note. I'm not gonna ask you for this and that.
Right,
I
right,
just
right.
don't. You when you're ready, you contact me and I'll put you back on the schedule. I know life is challenging. Like we go through ups and downs. No one's perfect. No one is 100% the A plus. Everybody is equal in some type of way. We're all related some type of way, somehow, as you can see with all the generic things they got going on around the world. We come down to two people that now look at the world. We're overpopulated. And it's like it started with two people. It's okay, but it's like we gotta love more. We gotta care more. We gotta be there for our children and other people's children because half of the world don't even either have a mother or a father or maybe even both. Like it's sad, really sad. And I'm sorry sorry you got, what you went through, and you're a great man. I could tell you're a great husband. God bless your wife. You're happy. And I know sometimes, we feel overwhelmed with this music industry, and then home, and then working, and
Right.
we go through hell and hell water, they say. But salute to you and your queen, many years to come. I like to see real love, and I wanted to give you guys a shout out. I wish your wife was right there, but I like to give guys a shout out because I like to see families happy. And even if it's not like with your, say, if you were married and then you meet someone that you love, I
Right.
like to see that real love. We need more relationships. We need
Yeah.
more real love out there. And I salute to you and your queen, many years to come. Keep that smile and keep that happiness, because you were hurt when you were younger, and now this is your time to live for you and your wife and your children. Don't let nobody.
100%. 100%. And you get, and I appreciate that. You know what I'm saying? Because it's not looked at like to be comfortable in your own skin with what you're doing in life. You know what I'm saying? This is the reason why people get ahead is because they buckle down and they accept what they got going on. You know what I'm saying? Like what are we doing here? Entertainment is entertainment.
Right.
So what we strive to be. The reason why I'm okay is because I know what these kids want. I know what the kids got to get. And that's the goal. You know what I'm saying? We can talk about mental health. I can make music. We can do entrepreneurship, stocks, and all this other shit. If you ain't there for the children, you know what I'm saying? You're planting a seed that's gonna not be from your tree no more. You know what I'm saying? I've had a hard time. My son grew up with me, but he went to Philadelphia, South Philadelphia, when he was 15. He grew 15 to 22. So I tell guys a lot, you know what I'm saying? Like, to give you some space, but at the same time, that environment, you know what I'm saying, is a different type of environment to live in. So I felt for Gilly and his son and understand what they was going through. You know what I'm saying? There's nothing to speak on. Like, rest in peace, have a nice day. You know what I'm saying? That's it. Blessings to the family. There's no opinions or nothing, man. You can't be doing this with people's kids and stuff. So I think that the kids, if you focus and say your kids is the mission, then that's the main thing. Another thing about the stocks, a lot of people say, well, Mark, they don't have money to get in stock. And I learned from Wall Street Trap. He always said, look, they don't start with stocks, man. They start with goddamn taking some money out your check, goddamn. How many fees come out your damn check? Look at the check when you get it and see who's going. Health care for the kids, all this other shit going on, these bills. Make sure you take out $10 for yourself.
Yes.
You won't even know what the hell the money's being made. And that's how you start the generational wealth for the children.
Yes.
It's your little bit of money. You're your own boss. It don't matter who you're working for. You gonna pull them hours when you can pull them hours and do what you do with that revenue the right way. The problem is in our community, it's I got this, I get paid, wife, bills, whoop-de-whoop, I'm watching football on Sunday.
Right. Right.
Custom, this is the American life. That's what they want you to do. Bang hammer all week, give your check to your wife, take you a couple of hours, you and the fellas watch Tom Brady on Sunday, rinse and repeat.
Yeah.
And one day you say, hey, babe, you want to get a house? She says, yeah, cool. You go get a fucking house. You do the same thing in the house that you was doing in the park.
Right. Right.
And that's what they want America to be.
Right.
It's not. There's too much entrepreneurship. There's people like you. There's people like me. There's your Charlemagne's of the world. You know what I'm saying? Your political advocates of the world, your Stacey Abrams of the world out there, you know what I'm saying? So there's so many people in entrepreneurship on social media opposed to us saying, well, social media is the death of our children. No, the people on social media is the death of our children. The algorithm doesn't get created by itself, it gets created by us.
Right.
60% of us, I made a post the other day and I know it was harsh, and I said, if your last 10 posts don't have, the 5 of it ain't your brand, then you ain't about your brand.
Right.
We can sit here and post all day about Jay-Z and talk about Kanye and D-Wade's kid and North and South and everybody else and have debates and opinions about everybody fucking else, all these sports figures and shit, but we not doing the same thing with each other's product. It's all it takes. Leave the entertainment and all the entertainment alone and stop opinionating on that shit and switch the algorithm on somebody's project.
Right.
And then it changes the game. And for my local rappers, you want to talk your gang shit and shoot and bang shit, and that's fine. but do something for the community, or the community ain't gonna do shit for you.
Right,
So
right.
start giving out backpacks or something for school, books and something. Do something for the Boys and Girls Club, they'll help you. Oh, the rapper motherfuckers did that for the kids. Okay, cool. Y'all need a grant? We got you.
Right.
If
Tomorrow.
you're not doing that, you're just talking shit.
Yes.
Your videos, YouTube give you $1 for 1,500 streams. Just $1. So you guys can talk about your 5,000 downloads, your 10,000 downloads. You made $5 or something like that.
Right.
Just think about the math. We're not utilizing the math or the way the system is choking us.
Yeah. And shout out to Terminology. Speaking of backpacks, he has the tomorrow in Lawrence, Massachusetts. He's giving backpacks out. There's a GoFundMe account. So if you want to donate, like I won't be able to attend, but I did did an anonymous donation. So shout out to Terminology. He's another rapper from the 978 area code, doing some community work. He's always doing something for the community at least once a year. And again, my condolences to him. He lost his father recently too. So he's still going, like we're bulls. We're not stopping. Like we've been through trauma. We've been through this. Like I thought I was gonna stop the Iccy Showw last year, but I kept it going. And I got a shot. I didn't think I was gonna get a shot, but I got a shot now for the Iccy Showw to do the interview for the people to come there, instead of doing it online. Because I'm a people person. I'd rather be in person than over the technology, because it's more like you can feel the energy. But I always feel your brother's energy and yours when I tune into you guys, and I'm like, so true what you guys are saying. I love you how you bring the sports. I love how you talk about real facts, stuff that's happening around local and not local, and it's like we need that. That's important because mental health is always going to be a challenge, and especially with everything that's going on. When we were kids, we didn't go through all the news. The news used to be only a little bit bad, but now when you turn the news on, it's bad, 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 bad. Where's the good? Come on, where's the good? We got everywhere fire. We have all this happening, and we got to come back together, unite with one another, more love. More united, unite with one another, because if we don't do it, I mean, you guys gotta wake up. I mean, slap yourself, because the world is just getting worse and worse and worse. We need to make it go 360. I mean, we're getting things hit to our planet now. Like, come on, like pollution, all the stuff that we can make a change. We got to do it now. We can't wait till tomorrow. We're already late to make a change. We got to start doing it. Our children need us. Our grandchildren need us. If we don't do it, our grandchildren are not going to have nothing. Like, I mean, really nothing. And, it's very sad. And I pray for everyone. I pray for everyone that supports the Iccy Showw, supports the Rant. The Rant is really life situations, mental health. Everybody goes through it. If you're having a baby, you're getting married, engagement, celebration, new job, anything, that is a mental health challenge. Even, you start a new job, you're like, I got this job, I'm nervous, it's okay. But go on the Rant. Him and his brother right here. You just seen the location, and give them the address to know, when can we do it.
We right here at Garage Media Sound Lab. We linked up with Shane at Sound Lab. We do the Rant in Garage Media when we have the interview, so it's intimate. We got the couch, you know what I'm saying? You come on, sat on down, you know what I'm saying? Like you said, to have the home. But this online presence is important. It's because we have a word, like the Bible study. You know what I'm saying? Like, everybody can't come in your household. You know what I'm saying? But goddamn it, turn this on real quick, whoop, 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 and then we get to going. And guess what? When you said I might have to fall back from this, those are the people that don't get what's coming to them, because you don't know when it's gonna come. If we knew, we would just be chilling to that day and then do it. You got to keep that legacy. The legacy is what keeps you going. The legacy is gonna be like, yeah, the blueprint's right there, the history's right there. If you stop the history, somebody can catch up.
Yes.
Only keep a foot on the throat. And it's not to toot nobody's horn, but if somebody come on the social media in our region and talk about people talking about real life shit, I know you and my name's gonna come up.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So it's different from getting on social media and talking about the entertainment, which is cool. If you want to be one of them podcasts where you talk about the latest entertainment, then that's fine. I get mine with Charlamagne and Angelique and them. After that, in the morning, I don't need no more entertainment. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to fucking CNBC to go watch the stock market and see what the fuck going on. You know what I'm saying? So, and it's the fortitude of burying yourself in something you don't know. You're not gonna tell me Trap did 10 years. You're not gonna tell me that is on 9 o'clock in the morning to 5 is where they talk about trillions of dollars and everybody's invited. It's called the stock. No, we watching ESPN, How to Rob John, Who Wants to Marry a Midget, you know what I'm saying? Hip Hop Miami, Love with this one and that one. We watching all the wrong shit.
Right.
And I'm not telling nobody to do this, but the stock market been here for decades.
Yes. Yes.
Decades. They don't, it's not a white thing. You can do this. Come on, let's get this money.
Right.
The right way. And we figure out how to pass information. And it becomes more than just the stock market. It's just real estate.
Right.
It's just life. You know what I'm saying? Don't buy the house, buy the land.
Yes.
Let's figure out how to get to the nitty gritty of how to cultivate the culture and survive the right way, like you said, opposed to us just following what the latest trend is, you know what I'm saying, and talking about that. But that's cool too, because 65% of social media is the bullshit. That runs social media. So
right. And that's what, and you know, that's what I love about you and your brother, because you guys always speak facts, and you know, and you're really like talking facts, and we need that. That's what I like about my show. You know, artists come on here, but I like business owners, and I love, you know, like having you on here, you and your brother, because you guys talk about real stuff. I'd rather hear real stuff than fake stuff. And, you know, that's like me watching back in the day, looking at the newspaper, and then you got the comics and the newspaper. You got the news or the fake.
Right.
And it's like, you know, you want the real stuff. Well, at least I do. And, you know, when I watch you and your brother, like, I could feel it. Like, sometimes there's been a couple times you guys made me tear up because I could relate to you guys. And it's like, people don't understand that. You know, the social media, we need it. But mental health, we need more people to be aware of it, because the young ones are watching, you know, the 30-year-olds, the 40-year-olds, and, you know, they're observing. They're very smart. 10 times smarter than what we were at their age. And they're getting younger and younger in the streets. But we can't be having them in the streets. And we got to stop that. We can't be, you know, recruiting at 10 years old, 11 years old. But babies, come on, they're babies. And, you know, I don't hold anybody. I don't judge nobody in any character. But, I mean, we got to do better. If you're going to take in a young one, give them a paper route. Get them a job to think about money making, not in drug way, in a better way, to get them, if they're not going to go to school, at least get them to, you know, get their mind right to get a job when it's time for them. They can get a job. At 10 years old, you can't get a job, but at least prepare them for the future. If you're an OG out there and you're putting young ones on, you know, we can't be going backwards like what we were growing up on. You know, I was the baby girl. I was with, the youngest people I was with was 21-year-olds to 40s. And I was only, 15 years old. 15-year-olds, you know, I was called baby girl. I got that name for a reason, but I'm here with the OGs. I was always raised. So that's how I learned. The streets, they did raise me, but they taught me right from wrong. They didn't just put me there. You know what I'm saying? They taught me. Yo, get your money. You got to make sure you get a job. Get your money. That is the first thing. So salute to all my OGs, because really, and a couple of you still are in my life, for real, for real. You taught me, and I respect you, because without you guys, I would have never known, because I dropped out of high school. I'm not proud that I dropped out of high school. I tried to get my GED. I tried 3 times, but I failed. And, you know, it's like, it's okay that I failed, but at least I tried. And, you know, I still don't have my GED, but I still had jobs, and I kept jobs. You have to succeed, to survive nowadays. No matter what the job is, never degrade. You know, people say McDonald's. Okay, for instance, McDonald's was one of the ones that pays the highest minimum around. So it's like, if I could get a check, my first job was Brigham's Ice Cream, being a waitress. And you know what? I would bring $60 tips back then. $60 tips. You know that at my age, what? That was money. Like that was like $100 bill to what it is now. You know, but it's
Right.
like inflation
Right.
now, and that's why we like the Rant. Get on the Rant show. If you can make a difference for these children, we got to do it. If you got a mental health and you want to talk about it, you
Right.
know, you
Right.
got to speak because we need to know. You know, a lot of people didn't know. Like I said, being molested, and it's like, you know, I say that because when I was growing up, you know, it happened to me, and I
Mhm.
didn't know. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
It's like
Mhm.
people don't understand unless you go through something. But at least I could tell people. I mean, if you check my yesterday, they had human trafficking. The FBI just busted, and they got 56 kids. 56 kids out of 200 people. Come on, people. You know, they used to have the milk carton with the missing children. They don't even do that no more.
Yeah.
And
Nope.
that used to help because you could look on it and be like, everyone's checking the milk. Like, but there's so many kids missing. That's why they can't keep up with it. That's what the problem is.
100%. And it's a mental health problem. It's a crisis. You know what I'm saying? It's a
Yeah,
crisis. But those are the big pictures. Like we're talking about. You've seen the debate, the shit show debate they just had. Those are our leaders. Those are the
right.
political motherfuckers, the people that are representing us.
Yes.
Jesus Christ. I didn't even hear a policy. All I heard was name calling.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like if we don't stand together as a people, I said this before, and I said this, and I know some of my family members get offended. Like if you ain't come up with a plan financially in the pandemic with your family, you probably ain't gonna come up with one.
Yes.
Because after that, if your family didn't become a solid group of people together and figure out like we gotta do something because they take it from us like that, then man, take care of what's in your household, in your reach, and keep it moving, man. Because you got to be educated right now. Because if they could put us in the house like that for fucking a year and cause all this damn division between us, then or at least try,
Yes.
You know, then I give my Caucasian family members that, and my Asian family and my Jewish family. They wasn't going for that after George Floyd. It just wasn't happening. There's too many intercultural relationships, family members, kids that are mixed. Like it's just too much going on for you to try to create that type of division. No, it was some devils that just choked that man out like that. That's what it was. The white,
Yep.
black, whatever you want to call them, the devils choked them out, and the other motherfuckers just sat there and watched. We all seen it. Don't
Yeah.
fucking a clear. We used to call Larry Bird clear because he was so damn
Right.
good. A clear motherfucker could have seen that. I'm not. I have no rage. That was fucked up. You know what I'm saying? Like,
It's true.
what do you want? What? And then you tell us there's a pandemic. Then the whole country was 52 countries marched all outside. So if we was going through a pandemic and we weren't supposed to be outside, we should all been just fucking dead when we came to fuck outside to protest.
Right.
Everybody came. They was in Indonesia out there. George, and you know what? And not to get too deep on it, but that's how the rant go. That's what's wrong with fucking America, man. The other countries ain't mad at us. They mad at what's done in America. They
Yeah.
mad at how they treat us in America, and we stand for it.
Right.
That's what they mad at. You motherfuckers are still over there pissing through the bullshit. Y'all ain't gonna stand up for yourselves. That's what
Yes.
the problem is. You know what I'm saying? There was one of the lady, I forgot her name. I don't want to get her name wrong. She's running for president. She's a Republican, and I'm neither, but she's a Republican. And one thing she said in the Congress conversation, and this was a month ago, she was like, the only way we're gonna make America great is if we atone to slavery first off. If we figure out why we did that, and then figure out how we're gonna fix it, and then
Right.
empower our people. If we don't empower our people, we'll never become the superpower again.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
These countries empower their people
Yes.
to make them powerful. They'll die for their leader.
Right.
We die for Kobe Bryant.
Yes.
You know what I'm
Yes.
saying? Tom Brady and shit. So
Yes.
it's like there's a difference between the mentality that's taught to us because of the propaganda and the entertainment and all the bullshit that's kicked to us that we look up to and think we need to be.
Right.
And we're not going to be that. We're not focused on the real course of what's going on in life. You know what I'm saying? No one can tell you how much money you have if you save all your fucking money. You don't have to save all your money. You just save a little bit. It takes time though. No one has the time.
Right.
Everybody got bills, whoop-de-whoop. I'm telling you right now, I got Polish Spring jugs in my house. I'll be picking up pennies and shit. Every 6 months, I'm going to, you know what I'm saying? You got to figure it out.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And that's to the lowest level of trying to save some fucking money. Don't ask no other culture that comes here. My brother-in-law Jamaican. He come from Jamaica. He don't give a fuck. He doing landscaping right now. He on day off. Yeah, they want you. Yeah, I'll be there.
Yeah.
Because this a different, what the fuck wrong with y'all, motherfucker? I didn't watch football and basketball. I didn't want to be no rapper, motherfucker. I need to survive. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, it's a different, they just took a trip to Jamaica. Kids, my son's age, bam, 5, 7, 8, 9, leave the area at fucking 6 in the morning and don't come back till 10 at night. This is 5-year-old kids, 8-year-old kids and shit. They come back with bananas and shit, living life, chilling, having a good time, because they don't have the propaganda in their head. They're not worried about trying to be the gangster, the thug, the rapper, the fucking any of that shit.
Right.
It's a different lifestyle. So when you see their cultures come to our country and profit and succeed, it's because their work ethic their gear is a little different.
Yes. And you can't be mad at them, you know, because they're a go-getter. And I always say, be a go-getter. That be like, damn, like, you know, we always go through like sometimes a money situation. Everyone does. Unless even the millionaires, they're like too greedy. So, you know, anyone that's a millionaire, you should be helping the community as much as you can. Like I just did a barbecue 2 days ago for the kids around my block. I do it every summer for them. I've been doing it. This is my 3rd summer I did it, and they love it. Just to see them, you know, music, having free food, drinks, playing basketball. You know, I get jump ropes for the girls. You know, I don't just make it for the boys. Like I make it unisex. You know, make it a good time. You know, I love to see someone smile. A smile goes a long way, and it's like, you know, these kids. You when the street lights came on, you see all the kids hopping the fences, the bikes. All at one house, but all jumping on them and going home when we were kids. Nowadays, it's like I see kids that are 10 years old outside in the street at 10 o'clock at night, 11 o'clock at night. I approached a kid the other night, 11 o'clock at night. He had to be at least 9 to 8 years old, if that. I went up to him out there by himself at 11 o'clock at night and said, "Excuse me, are you okay?" And he goes, "Yeah, why?" I said, "Because it's 11 o'clock at night and you look really young." He's like, "My parents know." Your parents know? You're by yourself, walking by yourself on a main street. That's something not right. Am I crazy, or is that okay at that age?
Nah, that's totally wrong, but
I don't judge. Your kid, you got.
You're right though. You know what I'm saying? But you know what they're following now. Like I get my daughter every summer. She comes back to stay with me. She hasn't came in a couple summers. This summer she just left. So I just got her for a while, and I was learning shit. Like, damn, you know what I'm saying? Not to step on the toes sometimes. You know what I'm saying? Go walk in the room and then I forget to knock and shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? And her mama be on the line like, "Motherfucker, it's your time." You know what I'm saying? So I'm learning. At the same time, like this is the same baby I used to watch and cultivate when she was whoop-de-whoop. And at 13, you gotta be a different parent. You gotta learn what they know, what they got going on before you start criticizing shit. You know what I'm saying? Before you start saying no and shit, you gotta understand what they got going on in their life. You know what I'm saying? It's a process, you know what I'm saying? But like you said, no, she's not out here at the fucking 360 club doing the WAP or none of that shit either. You know what I'm saying? So it's like,
And that's
it's on the character.
That's another thing. That's a good thing. Like, you're a good father. How do you feel? Because you have a daughter. I didn't know you had a daughter. No disrespect in any way.
Mm-hmm.
How do you feel when you go to the beach? Because I go to the beach a lot. And when you see a 10-year-old to, say, under 15 years old in a thong, do you think it's okay for a female to be in a thong at that age in a bikini?
Nah. If that was the case, they'd be in the thong video with the rest of them.
Yeah.
They ain't in there.
Right.
There wasn't no kids in there.
Right.
They don't market thongs to kids. They
Thank
don't have commercials for thongs and shit for you to pay. You don't pay shit. They ain't even trying to advertise to you. So hell no. Like hell no. Like nah, you I mean I could see like I gotta get on the phone with the mama like and wifey. Like wifey know what time it is. Her and wifey like this. So it's cool. I'm blessed. I'm glad I have a woman that's able to work with my daughter and be cool and my daughter love this person.
right.
But yeah, man, my BM called me like, make sure she ain't ordering no clothes. Shit, she can't wear the such and such. I said that shit look fine to me. She said, well, it ain't, nigga. You know what I'm saying? I was like, all right, well, shit. So I don't know. I gotta relearn this shit.
Yeah.
So, but when you're right though, but you know what's too provocateur. You know what's
Yeah.
too much. Some shit you would wear, and you see some kid with it, like, what the fuck? I got that shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, what?
Yes, I know what you're talking about. Salute to your wife, definitely, because we need more women like your wife, to, be like, nah. But you're a guy, so you're learning, like you
And she
say.
ain't got no daughters. She ain't got no
Well,
daughters. She got one. So, boy, bam, she got bam. So it's like, but I need that help.
Yeah.
And I respect that. You know what I'm saying? Because my daughter respect it, cool, and I can just weave in and out and wiggle the right way. Like, nah, that's, you know what I'm saying? I'll be like, nah. And then I'll be like, yo, babe. She'll be like, nah, it's cool. Never, I'm sorry.
Yes, definitely.
Mm-hmm.
And what about life insurance? Are you for life insurance or you're not? A lot of people aren't recently because they've been cutting back when people pass away. Life insurance is not covering them because of certain health problems. What do you feel about that when people, been invested in that and then now they're told that, when they've been all these years putting that money and then, you have this problem, they're not covering it. So you get stuck with all this
that's
time.
real.
How do you feel about
My wife went through something like that. She went through something like that too as well. And no, I think it's good, but the problem is that's systematic. So if you're not keeping up on the shit, they're gonna find a way to get you.
Yes.
Just like a 401k. A 401k is cool, but remember, they're making way more money than you.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That's why you get penalties and shit when you take your own money. I've been there before. We had to go that route one day, and life was fucked up, so we had to take that route. Guess what?
Yes.
They penalized us so damn much. It was a good amount, but it wasn't the amount that was supposed to be there. You know what I'm saying? So if it's systematic, yeah, I question it. So yeah, but if it's like a custodial account or something like that, you can max out better. You know what I'm saying? Just have a primary doctor for your kid. You know what I'm saying? Then you might not have to have mass health because you have the custodial account. So now the money is being made for the kids all until they're 18.
Right.
So no matter what's happening, you'll be able to take care of your kid through your job. As I do, as my wife do. Whatever insurance she got, she gonna put on BAM, and my BM gonna put on her kids. You know what I'm saying? So they're taken care of in that area until they come of age. You know what I'm saying? My oldest is 22. Now you gotta step into the world and figure it the fuck out. You know what I'm saying? But if you use the system, and I learned a lot of this. Shout out to Market Mondays, Troy Rashad, and Master Vesta Ian on Earn Your Leisure. This information about finances, you think it's taught to be the right way. You're taught to put your money in the bank, even though they give you 0.4%. You know what I'm saying? But you're taught to have a bank account. You know what I'm saying? You're taught to live like this, so you can live off their system. There's other ways around the system to live and still be able to get ahead. You know what I'm saying? The credit, you gotta take care of your credit. They always cash is king though. Why? Because you can take the cash, tell somebody to fix your credit. It's that simple. Like so. I'm not telling you which way to get the damn cash, but that's just the math on the thing. It's not a black and white thing. It's an information thing. Okay, so maybe it might be a black and white thing because we're lacking information. But here's 2023. I'm a Tupac guy. Me Against the World and all that shit over. This is White Man's World. Great song. That shit over, Pop. We done figured out how to cultivate money and revenue and real estate and business and all that. So are we getting to it though? Are we doing what Nipsey was doing?
Right.
Are we doing what Nipsey was saying? Are we doing what Jay's doing, or are we too busy worried about what Jay's doing because we ain't doing it?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So these are the things that we need to follow, and also follow the investors and people that you don't know that are not entertainers, none of the sexy people that you think that to have all the billions and all the monies, the Kanyes and the Rihannas and of the world? What about the Bernard Arnaults of the world, the people that own LVMH, you know what I'm saying, Louis Vuitton and all that shit? Study them motherfuckers.
Right.
Wonder why Warren Buffett, 90 years old, reading fucking 500 pages a day. Study that motherfucker, you know what I'm saying? The Walton family that own Walmart and shit. Let's figure, I know I'd be going, let's figure out how to get to this money, because that's the money, that's generational money.
Right.
You put that in your kid's possession and you let them know this is the fucking blueprint of how to get it. You know what I'm saying? Okay, cool. I'm going to show you the downfall. Shout out to Wall Street Trap again. SOP, standard operating procedures. Make a blueprint for your kids to see. Everything you're doing, your wins and losses. So when you fucking fall off the map, they can go on the draw and be like, Daddy did it like this. This is the way to go. You know what I'm saying? Okay, this is when he win. This is when him and Mama lost.
Yeah.
We can do that as we're going right now. Them kids is only 2, 3, 4 years old. They don't have no say-so and shit. You know what I'm saying? So everything goes to us.
Yes.
You know, so it's like, I know that not to go too deep. I know his family in the South, these motherfuckers stayed in the trailer. They bought the trailer, okay? And they was broke. I don't like saying poor. I like saying broke because you fucking able and willing. But they was broke. But what they did was they took the trailer and they brought that to their family property and they stayed in the trailer on the family property. Them motherfuckers didn't pay shit but for food. And if they wanted to drive somewhere. They did it for 6 years. They was both working. So now all you're doing is giving your auntie a couple dollars and shit like that, you know what I'm saying? Here you go, auntie, I'll mow the lawn and all the other shit and the acres and shit. And that's it. They sat there for 6 years. Now they're sitting on the mini mansion and living their life and they got business they started. Because they had the fortitude to say, you know what, babe? Fuck all this shit. We got to live below our means, way below our means. That's how you get ahead, but you got to put in the time to do it. A lot of us is afraid to put in the time to do it.
Right. It's never too late. Start now. Start today. For real.
Right.
Don't wait another week. Don't wait till tomorrow. You know, it's crazy. You know, things are just going up. As you can see, cigarettes used to be 69 cents. I remember when Winston's and Newports were 89 cents. That's how old I am. And it's crazy because look how much they are now. So look at me. I got a small business. You know, that's why I do my Iccy Showw. I started something small, but at least I got something and I could show my kids, you know, my mom didn't have a high school diploma, but my mom's still a go-getter. She got this, you know, and it's like anybody that's going through it, you don't need to get a business, you know, you can thrive for it. Like I would never think I would have a shop. That 10 years ago, I would never think that. But it's God's hands. I put everything in God's hands. I stay positive. Any negative that's going around, I just block it out. I shield it around. You know, as long as you got God on your side, good, you know?
And another thing, too, because I like to say the Most High, because everybody believes in a different type of faith.
Yes, you're right.
But when Khaled is running around screaming, God did and everything, which is great, Khaled don't mean he didn't put in the footwork to get out here and do the shit now.
Right.
Don't be like, God is going to save me and sit on the couch all fucking day and watch BET. You going to be sitting on the couch all day watching BET. You know what I'm saying? You got to put in the footwork. You got to put the floor in order to speak the shit into existence. You can't just be speaking about shit and say, I'm going to do this here. Not especially with social media now. You said it last year, and then you didn't do it. Next year come around, everybody say you're supposed to be, you lying, goddamn. You know what I'm saying? So we're not even realizing your history and your resume is right there on social media.
Right.
So the things that you say can and will be used against your ass because you said it before. Right. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, you know, it's hard to knock anybody. I always say there's no right way to get to where you got to go. You know what I'm saying? So you mean to tell me before I had the podcast equipment and went out and bought that shit and turned the PlayStation in for that, you mean to tell me I wasn't supposed to start talking?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So you mean to tell me the artist that didn't have opportunity to get to the studio wasn't supposed to be writing? Do you know what I'm saying? If you got inspired to be a contractor and have a construction business, you ain't supposed to be at home blueprinting. Fuck college. You got to get your mind right. You got to figure this shit out. You know what I'm saying? If you're not cultivating whatever you're trying to push, it's not going to happen. You got to really get on board, and then you got to do it and make people say, yo, I can help you.
Yeah.
I keep people around that do shit I don't do. I don't want a bunch of people doing what the fuck I do. I need people, oh, you do the video shit? Yeah, I know how to hold it and all that, but I'm a man. I know how to fix my car and shit and all that, but fuck that. Let me call my cousin or the Cape Verdean brothers, the Puerto Rican brothers next door. Yo, bro, I know you fuck with this is just a tire. I know, but you a professional, I'm not. You know what I'm saying? My kid got riding this motherfucker. Yes.
For real. I know what you're talking about. For real. I
Just
know.
let people do their fucking job, and then it'll push you a lot of forward and move this damn pride out the way. You know what I'm saying? It's just that simple, man. You know what I'm saying? I used to work on Fridays, 5 years, working the restaurant. We cooking on timers in that motherfucker. So I'm learning about more seasoning than actually cooking. I get home, I can't cook a damn thing. Wife be like, damn, it'd be nice if you cook when I come home. You want to fucking order something? You don't take trash out this motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? You ain't cleaning car? Okay, cool. We doing our manly woman part. You know what I'm saying? I can only do certain things, but I don't trust myself to do that. But guess what? She can. And we ain't gonna stop.
Hey, it's working, so keep it going, both of you. Salute. Many more years to come for you and your wifey. God bless you and your family. God bless everyone that tuned in on this Iccy Show. This is 583 interviews I've done in 5 years. We are internationally, not just local. Shout out to Legal Mob Entertainment. And Mark, give them all your social media. Let them know when the rant is on and all that. And any shout outs you would like to give out.
First off, it's the Rant Mental Health Awareness. It's your boy Mark Slade, one half of the Rant. Mike Slade, my big brother, he is not here. And the show's on Monday, Facebook Live, 9:30, Instagram, all social media platforms. We are working out the garage media over here at Sound Lab. We have interviews, candid space. So when we have an interview with someone, we can have an area where we can sit down. It's intimate. Shout out to my producer, Alexander Thomas, the Human Torch Production. He also works out of the Sound Lab. He's a producer here, so you can book him if you want to. And go to Sound Lab online and book Human Torch or whoever, J Rose, whatever producer you want to book over here. Or contact me if you need to. You know what I'm saying? We also artists with United Masters. We got records on United Masters. Go to Human Torch Productions, Regime Boys. Go to Marky Slade, YouTube, and find the Rant. For all my artists out there, it's hard to be Googled. So if you can be Googled, that means you put in the work. So go search Marky Slade, and you're going to see a few of my white counterparts, they actors and shit like that, countrymen, and then you're going to see me. I'm like the 8th Marky Slade out there. But that's just consistent work, you know. Right. And salute to the So Iccy Show, you know what I'm saying? Salute to everybody else doing their thing, but salute to you for having me on and having all the other artists on. And salute to people like me that always watch and communicate with other people. Shout out to Pop Cannon. I met him through you. You know what I'm saying? Piff Man, that's my guy. I really met him through you. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to the homie from North Carolina. What the fuck was his name? God damn it. It's just so many. The homie from California. Oh my goodness. Just so many people that I communicated with just by going through the chat. Like, yo, woo, 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 woo. So I appreciate you for doing what you do and being a woman.
Thank you.
You know what I'm saying? Being a woman and stepping into this field, because I love me some Angela Yee, some Andy Martinez, you know what I'm saying? Them great queens that's out there putting in that work like that. You know what I'm saying? So salute to you, because you're along with them women doing what we need out here. So we love you, queen.
Thank you. I appreciate that, King. This is Mark. Make sure you check him out on Mondays. He also is an artist, so check out his music. You know, support the local artist music. Him and his brother, you know, every Monday, 9:30 a.m. See that? Right
Regime
there.
Boys.
Right there. And check them out. If you need a feature, get the features. I'm telling you, this is what we're going to do. Unite. You know, they got the Rant Show. They're an artist. They do the sports. You know, if anyone can make anything bigger or help someone grow, why not give them the seed to help them go that route or which way it needs to sprout, what you say.
That's it.
And, go ahead.
Go ahead. I'm also doing a tour where I'm going to just start going to these certain places. Like I'm supposed to go meet Styles P at Juices for Life at his pharmacy shop in New York. You know what I'm saying? And we're going to go up there and get some products from him and promote them on the Rant Mental Health Awareness. But I want artists to know that you have to do more connecting with other artists outside the game, doing other things that's going to bring you in. The music can be, if it's there, it's there. You know what I'm saying? But can we connect? Can we represent each other? And can we just show love the right way? Even when you're down, we all poor, don't we? We all broke. Everybody going through something. We can lie on social media. Wealthy people help each other.
Yes.
Rich people want to be wealthy. Broke people step on each other. We got to figure out what we stepping on each other because we ain't got Elon Musk money. We ain't even got Floyd money. So we got to figure out the people that got these platforms. Let's prop them up and let's, we do this all day. See, if we was together, it'd be, oh my goodness, I would have brought food and some more shit.
For real. Well, I appreciate you coming on the Iccy Show. And next time, anytime you want to come on the Iccy Show, I always tell you, you're welcome, you and your brother, anytime. I love having you guys. I love the energy, and it's always positive and facts. Like we're talking about life. We always do that on your interview. And I love that because, being in the New England area, we need more of that,
Right.
Contact us from UK, around the world instead of our local people, and we need more people are local. And next time you could come up to the Havel shop, let me know, and I would love to have you. I never met you guys yet, but I hope to one day. Definitely.
Right. No, we're gonna get it together. It's definitely a possibility. It's real simple,
All
so
right.
let's.
I appreciate you, Mark. God bless everyone that tuned in on this evening. If it's your birthday, happy birthday. If it's your anniversary, happy anniversary. My condolences to anyone who has lost anyone. And this is interview 583. Shout out to Mark, The Rant. Tune in Monday at 9:30 a.m. All platforms. Go support. Mental health is for everyone. A reality. You gotta check it sometimes. You're up or down. If you're down.
Before I get out of here too, get you a shirt. Get you a 500 shirt. So when you get to the next 500, when you get to the 1,000, you're gonna feel growth when you see the next shirt. You know what I'm saying?
I like it. I like what you're thinking. I'm liking it, definitely. I see. He just gave me an idea, and I love that because, I told you, I'm not perfect at all. Not in no means. Thank you. This is a great show. I appreciate you. God bless everyone. Got Canada in the building. Got Africa in the building. So internationally, that's what I'm talking about. And before we end, I know Africa, they come together with each other.
Oh my goodness.
So it's like we can come together anywhere around our world, and we're here to take over. And another thing before we end this, vote for your people in your local town or city. And then those are the people that will grow to the White House.
100%.
Right there. We got Pamela from Boston. She's going for city council. We got what's his name? The guy Clifford.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Vote for Clifton. My guy John C. Williams out in Brockton doing his thing.
See? We need to vote for our local community. Make sure you guys do that because those are the people that are going to grow in the White House, and that's who's going to take care of us. So, food for thought. Let's get it. I appreciate everyone that tuned in. God bless. Free the jails. Let's go. Peace and respect to everybody. The Rant, 9:30 a.m. I better see everybody on there. I appreciate you, Mark. God bless. Tell your brother I said I got to get him next time.
Yeah, I got you.
Okay, have a great day. Someone said John Williams for mayor. Woo.
That's John C. Williams. That's what I was talking about. Let's work.
See? That's what we need. More voting. Let's get it. Peace, love, and respect. I appreciate you, Mark. Have a great night.
You too.